Good morning, Scott here. Hope you're going well. Well, yesterday was a bit flat in many regards. A lot of the trends that were waiting for pullbacks didn't pull back. A couple played out nicely, but all in all, it was not that great. Of course, it was Thanksgiving in the States yesterday, so that may have accounted for some of it. Let's go in for today's chart. So I've got a few things to talk about. Not that much setting up, but a few things to talk about anyway. I'll quickly whiz through these. It's Friday, so happy Friday to you. Looking forward to the weekend. Right, so we start on Aussie Kiwi on the daily. Big downtrend, a few pullbacks, hitting this support level, which is pretty strong, going back in time. Some good rejections there. Looking like we're going to get some bullish action finally. We've been waiting for quite a while actually for it to start pulling back. We had a bullish day yesterday, showing the loss in downward momentum. And on the 1 hour chart, we'll go to the 1 hour chart. We can see we have got higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs, yeah, just about. Or maybe that's a double top. A small break of the 1 hour 50 yesterday, but we need a bigger break. So we hope to get a big break today. Doesn't need to be quite that high. Just a bit of a break, pull back, and then we can trade it up to day 20, daily 50. Let's go to the daily and just see how much how we're looking on MACD and RSI. So MACD has you see this high here is this low is much higher on the MACD. MACD divergence on the day is good, indicating we're going to get some kind of tasty reversal, hopefully, at least back to the 20, daily 50 zone. RSI is very overbought and unexpected at the price action. So, and it's started moving up now, so hopefully we'll get a pullback, keep running out, pullback. So later today, hopefully we'll get an IBO, and will it be an A, B, or C? Probably, it might be a C, of course, it might reach the 4 hour 50. But 4 hour chart showing a higher low, it'll be a higher high if it sets up, so that'll be an IBO A, which is always nice. Extra bit of reliability, I guess you say. Euro Aussie, we'll go to that one next. Okay, so we're getting some downward pressure for the last couple of days after rejecting this resistance line. Nothing particularly fancy about that resistance line, but it has rejected it in towards the day 50. And we're getting some good bearish pressure. Let's just make that a bit better. How are we doing for our MACD? MACD is still looking good, which I like to see that. Still in our favor. We're getting lower lows on the MACD. So we're still getting downward momentum. Hopefully we get a pullback to the pivot and get a pip snatcher, quick 1-to-1. Be a nice way to finish off Friday. Euro Aussie could happen any time of day, so maybe that'll happen in the next few hours. The 1 hour 50 is quite a way behind, so maybe we'll have to have it to spike into the 1 hour 50, then pull back through the pivot. See how that plays out. Keep an eye on that one. Pound Swiss is the last one I can see sitting up right at the moment. British pressure for the last few days after rejecting the daily 20, daily 50. Looking for some more positive action today. And here we have good positive action, good bullish action carrying on here. Pull back to the pivot again, another pip snatcher. Might squeeze a pip snatcher out of this one. Pound Swiss won't set up probably for another 8 hours. So yeah, not looking ideal, is it? Because it'll need to 1 hour 50's got to catch up. But we don't really want this to go up, and we could have a complex pullback. Maybe that'll happen a bit higher, then pull back in a few hours with 1 hour 50 at the pivot and trade it higher. Is MACD in favor? Yeah, the MACD is looking really good. After resetting, hitting this area here, going below the the 0 line and above it again. We're getting very positive bullish momentum on the MACD, so that's looking pretty positive. So that's one to keep an eye on. Just look for that. You don't want to see a lower high, but if we get a complex pullback, then maybe that's what we'll get today. And there's a few more that might play out easily out of order, aren't those? I like to do things nice and properly. Aussie CAD next. This one might still uploaded today. We're getting a very bullish day on Wednesday, big deceleration yesterday, so maybe some bearish action happening soon. We've just broken this trend line, but this actually is a very strong SR line if you go back in time. Very strong resistance here, so let's see what the 1 hour is giving us. So we're getting a deceleration here, and we've got a really strong MACD divergence here, and this high price action much lower than the MACD, indicating we are going to go down. So we get a break at that 1 hour 50, pull back, we get a nice IBO short. It'll be a good one. Maybe today, maybe Monday. EuroCAD. Similar thing, running up, stalling at this level, doji day yesterday. And again on the 1 hour, we've got a very strong, well, it's not a bit misleading, MACD, but it is definitely a divergence here between this high and this high. And since then, it's just been drifting down. Get a break of the 1 hour 50 pullback, IBO short. Could be a nice one for later today. And dollar. And dollar still at its level here, which is pretty good going back. This low here is significant, and a few other touches as well. Deceleration. What does the 1 hour give us? A big MACD divergence here. We see as it's getting higher, MACD is getting lower on the highs, so it's looking for lower prices. Need it to break down, rather 1 hour 50 pullback, and then trade that short. That could happen late session today. Maybe it'll happen on Monday. Pound Aussie. Another stalling at this resistance level. 1, 2, 3 dojis in a row, which is quite unusual. Trend line broken on the 1 hour chart. MACD from here to here, much lower, indicating we are breaking down. That's lower anyway, it doesn't really give us much. But if we get and there's a trend line here that just seems to have formed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, which is pretty good, very strong. So if it breaks below that, fall back, probably retest this trend line, and then an IBO short. That could be nice. CAD. Running up, still at this level on the daily, close to the hourly. Big MACD divergence again on this high, which is good. So we now need to see it break down below the 1 hour 50, pullback, IBO short. EuroCAD. Another bullish day, stalling at this level, which is pretty strong. Yeah, strong. Go back here, major level there, big support level there. Now it's against resistance. So are we getting anything on the 1 hour chart? We are seeing slightly higher highs and much lower highs on the MACD. So big MACD divergence. Again, you see it break down below the 1 hour 50, pull up to retest it and trade that short for an IBO. QBN. The Q is looking the same. This is a very strong level. Rejected yesterday. So that's continuing today, would be nice. Not many yens are looking that good. This is probably the best one I've seen. It's broken down through this trend line, through the 1 hour 50. Hit the 4 hour 50, that's fine. Pull back. That's an IBOC. Well, probably would have entered already. Certainly by the time you see this video. With a chance of entry. Well, that was very late session in the US or very early in Australia, which is not a great time to enter trade. But if you get a break through the 1 hour 50, sorry, the 4 hour 50 for CBO. Of course, we're doing a 4 hour candle to the CBO, so it'll probably be a little bit longer, maybe a Monday. Sitting up today, playing out Monday perhaps. Got to keep an eye on that one. QBN, now go to QB dollar. and running up, still at this level, which is a reasonable level. Looking at the monthly, very strong rejection there on the monthly, and here as well. So looking pretty good level. What do we get on the 1 hour? 1 hour is showing us big MACD divergence here on its latest high. Good, breaking down. There seems to be a trend line here. When that breaks, and the 1 hour 50 breaks, breaks below, pull back, and that could be a nice short trade, IBO short. So that's what we have. A few things to keep an eye on. A few things may start up pretty soon, and a few things for later today or perhaps on Monday. So keep your eyes peeled. Again, low volume. Probably the US guys are probably going to have Friday off after Thanksgiving on Thursday. So we might not see much action in the US markets, but we'll see. Keep an eye on those charts. Have a nice weekend. I'll speak to you next week. All the best. See ya.